Hello and welcome. With me is the former IBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Kevin Lerena. Kevin, I say a former champion doesn't mean that you're retiring from boxing. The big news is now, firstly, welcome to the show. The big news is that you're going to tell us about you moving up to the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division is the big division, really, in boxing. Talk to us, Kevin Lerena, about your new move to heavyweight.
Definitely, Brian. I think heavyweight boxing is the pinnacle of boxing. You know, when people talk boxing, yes, they were talking about Floyd Mayweather at one stage and now Canelo, but the heavyweight will always remain and will always be the greatest to watch. So it's an honor for me to go up to the heavyweight division. It's a tough task ahead, but I truly believe my trainer, Peter Smith, can install the skills in me to do my best in the division and to shock the world and become heavyweight champion. Mark my words, this is something I want to become and something I will become.
Kevin, the obvious question, obviously you are a big guy and you were a big cruiser. Are you big enough to compete with the really big guys? Do you feel in the world? Do you hit hard enough? Are you big enough?
I think, Brian, that's a valid question and a question many boxing pundits are going to ask. I believe I focus my boxing on my skills. My trainer, Peter, hones my skills, and I believe I'm a pugilist specialist and I know what I have to do to beat the big men. You know, maybe you're not going to have the same knockout power as them, but I'm going to bring something completely different to the table, and that's speed, tenacity, and a brain. You know, a smart fighter wins fights, and yes, these guys are big punches, but if you can avoid those big punches and make them look stupid and make them pay, you'll be victorious. You know, it's not about measuring power. You're not in a power measuring contest. You're in a boxing ring, and the smartest man will always win if you can avoid those big punches.
Yeah, for sure, Kevin. The smartest man does normally win in the ring. But then you get a guy like a 20-year-old Mike Tyson winning a world heavyweight title, youngest world heavyweight champion ever. And you actually even taller than Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson's about 5'11", you 6'1". You've a lot of your previous fights where you had such magnificent wins, I said you kind of looked like you were modeling yourself around Mike Tyson, that come forward style, the hands nice up and high, moving your head side to side. Will you kind of model yourself around a Mike Tyson? Because he was a short man knocking out all these big guys.
For sure, I think Mike Tyson was a freak. You know, he's a phenomenal athlete, and there won't be another Mike Tyson. So I cannot say I want to be like Mike Tyson. But what I can say is my trainer had the opportunity to work with some of his handlers back in the day, and he knows a lot of what they do. So yes, I do try and mimic my style around Mike Tyson. It's the style of hit and not get hit and hit. You know, you got to move your head. Being a smaller heavyweight, you got to be elusive in there. If you're standing down the pipeline against a big man, you're going to get hit to pieces. If you can evade these guys, get to the sides of them, use the angles, use the ring, you can really make it a hard night for them because they are big and they are slow. Let's be honest here. But if you can get to their shoulders and get on the outside of them and not stand down the middle of them, it will be an easy night for you. Not to say all these guys at the top are easy fights. I respect every fighter, especially the guys at the top. I think I'm in the top 29 in the heavyweights. And look at every single fighter in the top 20. Those are world-class fighters, guys who have fought for world titles. I mean, I'm rated higher than Dominique Brazil, Bemernst de Verne, the WBC world champion, Brazil, who fought Anthony Joshua and Wilder. So for me, it's just about winning. I know what I have to do to win. I've got a task ahead of me on the 26th of February, and I know what I have to do to win. It's not about getting bigger, getting stronger. It's just about doing what I do best, and that is focusing on my skills with my trainer, taking that into the ring, and just keeping the winning journey continuing, no matter which way it comes. However, having said that, I do want to be explosive. I want to make a statement, and I believe you are going to see an explosive, very strong Kevin Lerena come the 26th of February. There's no weight cutting now. This is me walking into the ring at 102 kilograms, what I walk around now at my best. So, you know, God willing, things go my way, and I look to become the WBA Intercontinental Champion, and who knows, in maybe a few fights' time, get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship, and that would be the pinnacle for me, for South African boxing, and for Golden Gloves.
Yeah, well said, Kevin. I mean, that's brilliant, the way you've put it. I want to ask you as well, what is the main reason? Is it because you can't make the cruiserweight division anymore and you need to step up? Or is it the opportunities? Because, I mean, the heavyweight division, it's maybe even a stupid question because the heavyweight division is just brimming with great fighters out there and massive money and opportunities.
I wouldn't say it's a stupid question, Brian. It's a very valid question in the sense of why would you do it? A lot of people are asking why. Why would you go up to heavyweight before becoming the Cruiserweight Unified Champion? I feel like for the last 4 years that I've had this undefeated run as IBO Cruiserweight Champion, I haven't got the opportunity to unify wholeheartedly because I do feel I'm a very avoided fighter. I'm an awkward fighter, and then I feel the guys at the top in the Cruiserweight division do avoid me. I do also struggle to make the weight. I walk around 103, 104 kilograms, and I cut down to 90, that's 13 kilograms. How much longer can I do that? How sustainable is that? How good is that for you? I don't think it's good at all. So it's a big risk going up to heavyweight. However, it's one that I'm willing to explore because, yes, the monetary offers are bigger. If you roll the dice in a heavyweight championship fight against a guy like Alexander Usyk, against a guy like Joshua, yes, you're rolling the dice. These are hard fights. These are big men. These are the warriors of the sport. But who can say they stepped in there? Very few South Africans have. You've got Corey Sanders, who stepped in there with Vladimir Klitschko. I think Pierre Coetzee, who stepped in there with the likes of Riddick Bowe, George Foreman. I want to do the same. I want to create a legacy for all those guys who thought it's not possible.
And let's not forget the great Gerrie Coetzee, our first heavyweight champion ever in 1983.
We've had great heavyweight fighters. I mean, Gerrie Coetzee, Corey Sanders, Peter Smith. We got a lot of Kali Knutze. We got a lot of good heavyweights, you know. And I honestly believe South African heavyweight boxing hasn't been recognized as it should be. And let's just keep going forward and hope for the best, because we're here, we're doing it, and we're doing what many people said we couldn't, and that was when we were at cruiserweight. So now we're doing another thing, what many people said we couldn't. So I'm here to shock the world, and I'm here to do it for my country, South Africa. I love South Africa. I'm a proud South African. Many people have asked me, would you relocate to America, to this place, to that place? Simple answer is no. I love home. I've got a good team here, and there's no need. So for me, I want to do this from South Africa, a boy from South Africa, from the continent of Africa. Mark my words, I will become a well-known heavyweight in the world.
Fantastic, Kevin Lerena. Well, we'd love you to stay in South Africa, of course, and be our heavyweight champion. Let's talk the fight now. 26th of February at Empress Palace, your heavyweight debut. I know you fought in catchweight fights, but this is your serious heavyweight fight. You're fighting a guy, Bogdan Dinu, who's had 20 wins and only 3 losses. And he's a big guy from Romania. He's 6'5" tall in the old language. You, I believe, are around about 6'1".
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big height advantage to Dinu. And he's only lost 3 times. So 20 wins, 3 losses. He's lost to the big boys, Daniel Dubois, Kubrat Pulev, and Gerald Muller. So he's lost to big names. He's had 20 good wins. How do you see this fight going on the 26th of February at Empress Palace on a Golden Glove show?
There's no better way to kick off the year in a hard heavyweight fight. Bogdan Dinu, he's a seasoned campaigner, 20 wins and 16 coming by KO, so we know that he is a puncher. We've watched him. Peter's watched him. He's a very rangy guy. He relies a lot on his right hand. He's a big puncher, big man, 6'5". But this is heavyweight boxing. If you think you're going to fight a guy 6'1" in the top 100 in the world, well, maybe it's only me, and I can't fight myself. So for me, it's I got to be serious. I got to beat this guy, and I know it will give me a big ranking in the WBA. I'm pretty sure it will put me in the top 10 in the world. He's only lost to Kubrat Pulev, who's just lost to Joshua, Daniel Dubois for the WBA interim world title. So these are big names that he's lost to. If I can beat him, and when I beat him, he's lost to Kevin Lerena, I'll go down as one of those names, and then the world will know I'm serious. And I want to do a job on him. You know, I respect all fighters that get into the ring. He's coming out to do a job on me, and I'm not fooled by that, but I want to put him away. I want to show the world that I'm here to make a statement in heavyweight boxing.
Fantastic and well said, Kevin Lerena, and good luck with that. And some of the greatest heavyweights of all time, of course, guys like Rocky Marciano and the great Mike Tyson were shorter than you are, and they did it. They proved they can do it. So you definitely can do it. Good luck with that. We look forward to your big fight on the 26th of February at Empress Palace on the Golden Glove Show. Kevin Lerena, thank you for joining me on the Super Sports Show.
Thanks for having me, Brian, and just wish everybody a blessed festive season and safe returns.
Yeah, good Christmas to you too, and good luck with the training for the big fight.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Lerena, former IBO 7-time cruiserweight champion of the world.